Let's start decluttering your mind. Today we're going to talk about 3 basic things which are going to help you, give you a clear mindset. Because what we do is, in everyday life, we tend to fill our brains with negative thoughts. We tend to fill our brains with different activities which keep adding up, and what they tend to do is they tend to start developing the clutters in our mind. So in order to be successful, in order to succeed in life, what we need to do is we need to declutter. So here are 3 steps, things that you need to do in order to declutter yourself and think straight. My name is Ali Jamil. Let's talk about it. We all are living a very busy life nowadays. Everybody is in a rush. And being busy is like being in fashion. Why is that so? We're always running after different deadlines, trying to make ends meet. The rush from our home life, or it could be from our corporate life, juggling with different activities. And what all this is doing is causing different clutters of thoughts in our minds. If we're even going to office, we're going there in a rush, and all this rushness, all this busyness is causing stress, and we're unable to think clearly, and we're unable to perform well in our jobs. Why are we doing this to ourselves? In order to make an effort to make things right, we're just creating more stress and more clutter within our minds. And we tend to forget that if our mind will not be clear, and if there will be a lot of clutter of things within our thoughts, we will not be able to perform well in the real world as well. So in order to be successful and in order to perform good in the real world, we need to clear our thoughts. We need to have a clear mind. And one of the biggest mistake that we're making is that we're stuck in the past. Instead of moving forward, we just keep thinking of the things that we've done wrong and why we have done them wrong. And if we could go back in time, we would have fixed them this way. Why are we just thinking about the past and we're stuck within that moment? Why are we not moving forward? Why are we not thinking about the future? All we're trying to do is we're just trying to point fingers at each other and just trying to play the blame game. That it is because of them we were unable to move forward, or we were unable to be successful in life. We keep running away from the reality and the facts. Within our thoughts, we keep going into these different rabbit holes, trying to find solutions, while the solution is to declutter ourselves and to think straight. Because if we will not do so, we'll be spoiling our relationships with our loved ones. Give us a very unhealthy mindset. We will be becoming unhealthy physically and emotionally. So don't fall into these loopholes. And why are we ignoring the voices which is coming from inside that we need to fix things, and we're doing nothing about it, rather than we're just collecting more stress from the outside world and cluttering it within our mind? So what's the solution of all this? What do I need to do? Well, first thing you need to do is you need to take care of yourself. You need to establish your values. You need to do things. You need to note down the things that you wanted to do in life, the things you want to achieve in life, and make plans to achieve them rather than just thinking. And when I look around the world, what I need to do is find the truth and start living in the reality. So how do we declutter? Well, here are 3 tips that you need to do. how do we declutter? Well, here are 3 tips that you need to do. First thing you need to do is you need to start reading. Escaping the reality will not help. It's just that you're running away from it, but it's going to keep coming back. But if you start reading, it's going to disconnect your mind from your thoughts and it's going to take you to a totally different world. It's going to give you a different perspective. It's going to give you a more broadened and a more wider vision of life. Reading would provide you with a different perspective towards the life. And reading would open new doors within your brains. You'll start looking at life in a different way. Escaping is not going to help. Ignoring things will make things worse. Because once we read, it gives us a different perspective towards life. We start looking at life from a different angle, from a different perspective, from a different lens. Start to see positivity in things and bring the negativity somewhere in the back of our mind. And you start getting inspired by life rather than just filling your mind with the negativity. Second thing you should do is you should mediate. When I talk about mediation, the first thing that comes into our mind is like doing a yoga, or maybe just sitting yourself and just feeling your breathing in and out, inhaling and exhaling. But that's not what mediation is all about. Mediation is finding your own quiet place. It is going somewhere where you can actually feel and you can think about your thoughts and have a total different perspective and give an openness to your mind that what and how things should be. And you'll start looking and feeling things in a different way. Mediation basically is finding joy within the quietness. It is to getting comfortable with your solitude. So out of your busy day, try find time just for yourself where you can find joy with your solitude and with your own self. The third important thing is start writing. Start writing your thoughts down. Start writing what you feel. Because when you start writing, things tend to get clear up within your mind. Or maybe you can draw this brain diagram of thoughts. It's going to give you more clarity that where you want to go, what are the things you should do, and what are the things you should not do. More focused towards the positive thing and would start thinking clearly. Writing is the foundation of the self-growth. If you want to grow, start writing. I've also noticed this thing that when I stop writing, all those bad thoughts and those negativity tend to come back into my mind and I'm unable to think. So next time what you need to do is to clear your thoughts, have a decluttered mind, follow these steps, and I'm sure you can find your peace within yourself and you can have a clear set of goals, a clear vision where you want to go and how you can be successful in life.